Hi guys, hope you are well today. I wanted to take a moment and talk to everybody. I'm getting ready to post a lot of training videos and I get asked a lot of questions about my training, the basics, the methodology, about what tools I use and things like that. And I just wanted to briefly discuss that before you guys get into my videos knee deep. Today we have Jessie. Can't really see her, she'll make an appearance later, but she has a prong collar on. I do not stifle myself by not using tools and by marking them out completely. Each dog is different and that's how I view them. I don't use prong collars on every dog and I don't use strictly treat training with every dog. As you see here, I have treats that I'm working with her on today because she needs a little bit of her impulse control strengthened. She has it, but when I start to exit, she loses her mind because she doesn't like that very well. I wouldn't call it separation anxiety necessarily, but she was trained as a canine handling dog, so typically they don't leave their handlers, so it's very, very frightening. It makes her very anxious to see me exit, but other than that, the separation anxiety isn't there. I can leave her at home, and that's a whole different subject that we will get into later. I can help you through all of your separation anxiety issues, just she doesn't have any. So, on from that, there are a lot of different tools you can use. There are front clip harnesses, there are back clip harnesses that attach to the back of the dog and they drive me crazy. There are flexi leads, there are short leashes. I currently have a short leash on her because I have to keep her very close to me because, like I said, she was trained as a canine handling dog. She's not the safest creature in the world and I have to take responsibility for that. There are gentle leaders that go on the face. They're the face harnesses. There are the front clip harnesses that swivel the dog around. There are prong collars. There's so many tools, but the fact of the matter is, if we can't get down to the actual training of the dog with the tool, let's say the face harnesses, like the gentle leaders, you can't correct the dog. Dogs are very black and white. You either correct what you don't like and reinforce what you do like, or you confuse the dog. There's no real middle ground. Yes, I like it. No, I don't like it. It's very simple. So with her with a prong collar on, she has such a high prey drive and such a deep drive to protect me from unknown things. I don't know what she's protecting me from, but that's her thought, is she's protecting me. I keep her in a heel no matter what, because that way I'm leading. It's always about who's leading the walk. But when somebody approaches us, tries to touch her, tries to touch me, it still engages her reactivity in order to protect me. So I still have a prong collar on her because that drive hits so fast and so hard, I have to be able to correct her. But to knock her out of that mindset, I would have to like really scruff or shove my dog, really get her out of that mindset, and that's not as pretty. But when used correctly in the right hands, I'll just take this off of her real quick. A prong collar can be used as gently as you can possibly use them. This is a prong collar. It looks like a medieval torture device, but it's not, I promise. You can use this as gently as you please. And it is completely up to you how much force you put on it. So, it doesn't hurt. Not like you would think it does. You see these pictures going around the internet that, oh my god, the prongs went into the dog's skin, it's terrible. If you do your research, typically it's because that individual filed those prongs down. They made them into spikes and they did that on purpose to hurt the dog, and that's not what training's about. And if that's the person that did that and that's a trainer that you know, please go to a different trainer because there's no reason to put that kind of pressure and pain on a dog. With her, I use it very, very, very gently as you can, because my methodology, my basis for training is to be as soft as I can possibly be, but as firm as I have to be. That way you get a more supple dog. It's the same with horse training, it's the same with every training. As supple as you can possibly be, you'll get better outcome, you'll get better cues, you'll get better things like that. So, put this back on, I don't know if people are going to walk by. But, back clip harnesses, let's talk about those. It leaves you no way to tell the dog that that's not what you want. That's how you get dogs that you're passing that actually pull people to the ground, or they get that zombie walk. You know, their legs shoot straight out from under them and they're just swinging from side to side. It looks almost like they caught a tarpon. And that's not necessarily what we need or want. Because you're not telling the dog that that's not what you want. You're not disagreeing. You're just hanging on. You're skiing. The front clip harnesses. I like those. Those are really nifty. But again, it depends on the dog. So I use the front clip harnesses, but it depends on the dog that I meet. What we can use them for, how we can use them, and how far. Can I use it to completely polish and finish off that dog? If not, I need something a little bit stronger. Out of 10 dogs, I maybe every now and then put a prong collar on one dog. And you'll see in one of the videos that Herbie, Adventures with Herbie, that little pit has one on now, because with the slip lead that I had, which is another tool that works really well because it goes up under the bottom of the jaw and controls the dog's head a little bit more instead of controlling the bulk of the body. You'll see him with prong collar on, because with the slip lead, I was just nagging him because the confidence grew after the decompression period, and he started becoming more confident, and he would see a squirrel and shoot off anyways, even if I had disagreed with it previously. So the prong collar allows me a way to tell him, no, that's not what I want, but in a manner where I don't have to hurt him. I don't have to over-escalate it. I can get it right to a point where it's not too severe, and at the same time, it's not too light. He understands. He looks at me for the correction. I tell him exactly what I want him to do, and I go from there. E-collars is another big subject. E-collars is another big subject. Whether they're good, they're bad. I know Germany has banned them lately, and I use them for good. I don't use them for obedience training. I don't like the fact that some people do that either. They'll tell the dog to sit, and if they don't sit immediately, they'll shock them. And I see no reason for that. I see no means for that other than trying to monopolize on your money, trying to get the dog trained faster, and that's not a trained dog. That's a trick trained dog, but he's not going to do it for the simple fact of, I want to do this because I want to please you, I want to do this because of the relationship I have with you. It's, I have to do this, and I don't want that for any dog. That's not why I do what I do. But the reason I use e-collars, which is very, very, very far and few in between, it's even less than the prong collars, is for behavioral. So dogs are animals, humans are animals, and it's really cool that we can make that comparison. But you'll notice, even with your own self, if you think back to a time where you saw something that just roared through you and it made you mad, it just infuriated you to the core, there are things you said and did that you didn't mean. Every one of us have done it. Dogs do that too. It's instinct. So let's say I introduced one dog into my pack and I knew he was aggressive, so I already had an e-collar on him, an electronic shock collar. I'm already prepared for it because I know it's about to happen. I will be prepared, have the dog go into the yard, meet one dog at a time. If he reacts poorly or negatively, I'm going to catch that action as soon as it happens. I'm going to correct the dog for it lightly after I've already adjusted him to a shock collar, and I'm going to tell him that's not what I want at all. It stops the mind from triggering any further. And they go, huh? What was that? I don't like that. That was uncomfortable. Yes, that's because that's a correction, and nobody likes that. But without adversity, you're never going to change. You're never going to grow. So I do use it to put pressure on dogs. I do use it to correct in the moment, because if we don't correct in the moment, as you're aware, we miss our opportunity to grow with our dogs. I have a very good relationship with all of my dogs, and that's the thing that I build first and foremost, is the relationship. I find that to be the most important thing about dog training. If you don't have a relationship where your dog trusts you or cares about you, why would they do anything for you? And with rehabilitation work, that's a huge thing. You can't take a dog that's been beaten and maimed and left out tied on a chain for 6 years and make that dog into something that can be your friend without a relationship. And if you think you can do that with a shock collar, then you need to come see me. I can show you a different way. Let's see. The flexi leads, please. If I see one more person with prong collar and flexi lead on, I'm going to intervene for free, because it drives me insane. You are directly conflicting what each thing is for. So flexi lead is spring loaded. There's always going to be a hair of tension there. The dog feels it. Dogs are sensitive. A prong collar is meant for no tension at all. I'm not supposed to feel an inkling of tension if I have a prong collar on that dog. So So if you have a flexi lead and prong collar, you always have pressure on your dog. Your dog never learns. Another thing is proper placement of each tool. I want to make a video for each thing. I'm going to go home and gather all of my stuff, and we're going to do each video based on each tool, so I can teach you how to manage all of them, except the back clip harness. There's no way to manage those. I hate those things. They don't control the dog at all. You can't. There's no possible way that you can actually tell the dog anything you want unless you poke them. Who wants to do that? I don't want to go around poking my dog all day. So, with everything that you do for your dog, it's very simple. Make the right thing very easy and very rewarding. Make the wrong thing very uncomfortable and ignore it. Those are your two options. Let's say I asked Jessie to sit. She ignores what I said. That's not what I wanted. I'm going to step into her and claim her space. It's the most dominant thing you can do to a dog without having to touch them. I never touch her when I claim her space. It works, because who likes being in a grocery store and stepped on when you're looking at cream corn? I don't. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't like having my space claimed, because I'm also a very dominant person, very headstrong. So when that happens, it's kind of aggravating. And I'm sure it is for the dogs too. She's laying at the picnic table in the shade. But if you guys have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you have anything that you just want to write in and ask me, I'll make a video about it. Let's discuss this in depth. I'm trying very hard to change the world one dog and one human at a time. And if this day in this video changes your outlook on one dog in one situation, I could have saved that dog from the shelter. And if that's what today brings, it's a good day. That's what I'm looking to do. I want it to be a good day. And if I can do anything to help you in the meantime, please let me know. Just remember, be as soft as you can be, as firm as you can be. Have to be, not can be. Don't be as firm as you can be. Be as firm as you have to be. Make the right things easy and the wrong things hard, and you'll get the outcome that you're looking for. So, you guys, keep calm and train on.